All right, good evening, everyone. Oh man, I am so happy. This is not anywhere near as late as what we normally do these things.
I agree.
God, a lot of times it's like 11:30, midnight,
Yes.
1. But
Well, I don't know
anyway,
about that, but yeah.
I'm Lonnie.
I'm Amberlicious.
And I'm Ashley.
God, we're Untitled Nerd Network, and
I don't know why I'm clapping. I can't hear.
a habit.
we've got a little deaf white kitten playing with
Stop.
the chords. No, don't do that.
It's not for kittens.
But anyway, welcome to our fun little live stream. There's Ashley behind the logo.
That's what I thought. I was
And
like,
with a kitten. But yes, we do. We have a deaf kitten. But anyway, we're here to talk about Spider-Man Far From Home. We are doing this live. Now I'm going to say, look it down at the bottom of the screen, beware of spoilers for this film. If you have not seen Spider-Man and you don't want this movie spoiled for you, you probably don't want to. Don't do that. The kittens will mess with my flip-flops. But yeah, if you don't want this spoiled for you, you probably want to just kind of scurry away like a spider.
get you pin clip.
But anyway, we're going to be talking about. Okay, first off, the trailer for the movie. If you've seen the trailer and haven't seen the film, the trailer, they did a really good job of really making you think something different.
I don't remember the trailer, so.
The trailer
It's been a
basically.
minute.
The trailer showed Mysterio as a good guy and Spider-Man teaming up with him. That was the extent of it. They had a really neat twist at the end. So, again, spoiler alert. Of course, everybody could kind of see it coming that Mysterio was going to end up being the villain. I think most of Mysterio's
I mean, the
stuff.
only reason I saw that coming is because we played the game. And he
Well,
was an
yeah,
enemy
I
in
mean-
the game. If we hadn't played that game, I would have never known.
Well, yeah, but I mean, Mysterio's been one of Spider-Man's probably top 5 villains over the last 50 years.
I knew he was.
I'm not familiar. With a lot of it.
Yeah, for
so.
for the regular audience that isn't totally familiar with every
Yeah.
facet of the Spider-Man or Spider-Verse or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I could see how that would kind of be a twist. The dude that played Mysterio did a really good job. You spend the first half of the movie. Oh, speaking of the whole multiverse thing, they were really building this. Oh, the snap caused the multiverse, and that was the theories everybody was going with, and that wasn't the case. I'm kind of getting the vibe now that they're not going to do anything with the multiverse.
Yeah, me too. Which I'm kind of bummed about.
Yeah.
I was looking forward to having a multiverse in the MCU because, we have that in S.H.I.E.L.D. and we had that in the most recent Spider-Man movie. I thought that would be a cool tie-in.
Nope. I mean,
But
I'm
no.
sure it's still going somewhere. I'm sure they'll mess with it eventually.
Mm-hmm.
But
They left a lot of loose ends in this movie, which is really exciting. It's definitely setting up for a second Captain Marvel
Yeah.
or, fourth Spider-Man or something.
oh, I'll go ahead and tell you, if anybody didn't watch Captain Marvel and then watch this movie, they would have no clue what that final after credits scene was all about. So, I mean, yeah, in the after credits scene, you see the Skrulls from Captain Marvel are actually Fury and Maria Hill, the whole Spider-Man movie. So that was kind of interesting.
I
That
liked
was really
that.
cool.
I liked that a lot.
And Fury is actually somewhere. It looked like he may even be off planet.
That's what I thought. I think he's off planet.
With a crap ton of scrolls.
Yeah.
What the heck is going on there? Whatever.
He was trying to take a vacation. That's what he was trying to do.
And he had to leave the planet to make it
Yes.
happen. And of course,
Of course Nick Fury had to leave the planet to make it happen. He's a man that can't stop working. I'm
feel
just
that.
saying.
I feel that.
Welcome to our stream, Eli, by the way. Of course, the kitten's still in the show. Ashley has to show the kitten. Now everybody's talking about the kitten in the chat.
Oh, God forbid somebody look at something besides Lonnie.
I know.
We have 2 kittens that look just alike. One of them's deaf, one of
They
them's
are
not.
up for adoption.
They are so cute.
Here in the Chattanooga area. And if you're not in the Chattanooga area, go foster for your local shelter.
Yes. Okay, so come to find out, the big plot twist in this whole thing was that Mysterio was actually a former employee of Tony Stark, and he came up with like this whole thing to make himself.
He came up with it, but he had all these other former employees with him.
Right.
I thought that was
The tie-in there was so cool.
weird.
Oh, I loved it.
I mean, I'm not saying I didn't like it. It was just so strange, like, to have that much mutiny in your company.
That's not strange at all, actually. Not in my experience.
It's strange to see it in play
Your
on screen. I don't know. Usually when you got that much mutiny in your company, nobody has that much balls to actually do anything.
I disagree totally, because otherwise, if that were true, then Hydra would have never survived inside of S.H.I.E.L.D. for as long as it did.
well,
They're organized, the mutiny is organized.
think about this though.
Plus they had all that tech, the illusion tech, so you never know what kind of,
Look,
facade he was trying to...
everybody was pissed off at Tony. In the corporate sector, remember, in the first movie,
Oh, God, yeah.
they went from being like the world's premier weapons manufacturer to him just saying to hell with everything and
We're going to do clean energy and blah, blah, blah.
tech. So I'm sure
All these
he
money-hungry, greedy corporate types like Mysterio that was like, oh, you damn hippie.
Yeah.
We're going to do my own thing. So I can see it. And I liked the tie-in with the old Iron Man movies,
and Civil War.
Civil War.
The whole thing with the stuff that they made. Like, see, you always got the idea throughout the Iron Man movies and throughout most of the MCU that Tony single-handedly created all that stuff. But no, he had people who either made the designs or really put in a lot of legwork on this stuff. And what you see is what the public sees. Everybody thinks that Tony did this, and all the other people who put a lot of effort into it get kind of thrown by the wayside. And I'm sure that causes resentment on top of all the financial decisions that Tony made, especially when he's Iron Man. He's out there blasting around, being the hero, statues made, people are, loving Tony Stark. He's the one that makes the billions of dollars. He's the one who goes on the adventures. And then you've got other people who are making, probably $40,000, $50,000 a year who came up with the bulk of the stuff. And then they kind of get thrown by the wayside, especially, some of those off-balance types, like Tony said Mysterio was. And, he fires the guy, and then the guy goes off on his own. It almost seemed like the Riddler in Batman Forever.
Yep.
It was the exact same story. In the comic
Said
books,
Matthew became a follower on my chat.
Oh,
So,
see, I don't see that
thanks.
stuff.
Because you're on Page Manager, aren't you?
Yeah, I know.
That's
We've
probably
been
why.
going on about that for a couple of videos.
Yep, exactly too.
I like the idea that Mysterio's powers were like by drones and holograms and
That was really neat.
yeah, like hard light holograms. It was awesome because I think in the comic books he was mostly like he would use gas and I can't remember exactly what.
So they basically modernized his
Yeah, they
powers.
did, and
But they did it good though.
oh yeah, the scenes where Peter was like trapped in the illusions and stuff was like some of the best visuals since Doctor Strange. Because I remember, how impressed I was with Doctor Strange whenever they would, he would go into like the mystical realm and, he was having all those, I don't want to say hallucinations, but
I guess you
all
could
the
say
crazy visuals and stuff that
Yeah.
were going on. And so, I mean, yeah, that was really cool that they. I really do think these were like the best visuals since Doctor Strange.
Yep, Stranger Things is tonight. You're right.
Oh, God. I'm going to end up having to. No, I'm not going to stay out and watch that.
I was like, I don't think it's necessary.
Like, I don't know when Stranger Things is coming out. They usually wait until, like, it's
Our
midnight
time is like 3 a.m., so.
Yeah. They usually
It's gonna
wait
have to
till it's
wait.
midnight on the West Coast, and then they start it.
Yeah.
I'm not going to stay up.
What are we talking about?
Stranger Things premieres
Stranger
tonight.
Things starts tonight.
Season 3. So yeah, I mean, Mysterio ends up being the big bad guy. There's a strong underlying story with Peter trying to impress Mary Jane.
Yeah.
That was as entertaining for me as the main like villain plot.
They did well with that, I think.
Believe it or not, I'm probably going to catch some hate for this just from like the old style purists and stuff. But I like Mary Jane in this movie more than I have just about any other adaptation of Spider-Man. Like, I'll go ahead and say she did a better job than Kirsten Dunst
Of
or
course,
whatever.
you're gonna say that.
Yeah, I don't think she had enough.
Charisma.
Yes, there we go.
I totally agree with that.
She almost seemed like, during the first movie they were all in high school, she almost seemed like a 35-year-old woman in high school.
And so did Tobey Maguire.
I mean, that's what happens when
You
you
know,
hire
Spider-Man.
older people to do that.
Yeah,
That was bad casting.
true.
When those movies first came out with Tobey Maguire, I loved them. But
I did
then,
I
I got Tom Holland, and now I cannot go back.
And nobody
Right.
talks about poor old Andrew Garfield.
No.
Andrew Garfield was
He's
a great
forgettable.
Spider-Man, but he was a sucky Peter Parker. I did not like him as Peter Parker.
agreed.
It's forgettable.
That is 110% true.
Like he
You gotta be able to play both because they're two different people, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and like Tom Holland is Tom Holland. No, Tom Holland is the. Am I saying the right name?
Tom Holland's who we just watched.
That's who we just watched. This Tom Holland.
MCU.
Who's the guy that played Venom? Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy.
Okay, I thought I was saying the wrong name. I was like, wait a minute, did I
It's
just
all good.
name drop the wrong guy?
No, I would have been like, that's not it.
But like the whole, having Fury kind of lurking in the background, and they had like Happy Hogan and Aunt May kind of had a thing going, and
I felt out of place, honestly.
I liked it.
I didn't.
You didn't like what?
I just thought the whole Hogan and Aunt May thing.
I thought that was cute.
Yeah, it wasn't. They probably spent just enough time on it.
Yeah, it wasn't overdone. I thought it was cute when he called them out, and she's like, "Oh, this is just a fling," and he was like, "What?"
Yeah, they really.
I was like, Aunt May is living her best life. I love her.
But they, I'm trying to think. Seems like we're missing some stuff here.
Yeah, Ned had a whole ass relationship.
Yeah, in the course of this movie, and then suddenly it was dropped. That was actually kind of funny.
I loved it. It was so,
Perfect.
it was perfect for him, and
Perfect for that character.
everything
Yes.
moved so quickly, but he was old and wise, but respectful, but goofy.
Mhm.
He's like both a immature, nerdy kid and a wise old man at the same
It was
time.
like over
Yeah.
the top wise old man too. It was funny.
I loved it.
It just seemed so out of place, but it was very believable. Like that's how he
Yes.
would act.
Yeah.
Yes, and that's exactly how it all go down, because it all went down because, Peter was struggling so much
Yeah.
to, like, do the right moment with MJ,
Yeah.
and his buddy there just off in the wind.
Yeah.
The movie had some great visuals.
Oh my god, the CGI in this one was amazing.
Yeah. It was action and adventure on a lot bigger scale than the first Spider-Man movie was, like Homecoming. I'm trying. Oh, probably. Like I don't want to like drag this out too long, but probably the first after credits scene really stole the show. I think. I mean, yeah, the one with the scrolls was big because that's setting up later on. But as far as like Spider-Man's concerned,
Oh yeah.
Spider-Man got screwed in that first after credits scene. He's like swinging around with Mary Jane, and then they like touch down, and they like on the big news broadcast in the middle of town. You which was awesome because you've got like the online Daily Bugle, which is kind of in line of where the Daily Bugle's at in the comics and everything. It's not just a paper because that's kind of old style. Like you got J. Jonah Jameson, who is played by J.K. Simmons again, which is freaking great.
That is amazing.
They didn't make an effort to like de-age him or anything. It's just grumpy old J. Jonah Jameson. You know, he's like bald and everything, and he's doing like this, you know, like online video, news video, and he's just carrying on. And they, not only do they reveal that, or they basically frame,
What are you chewing on?
they basically frame Spider-Man for all the crazy stuff that happened, but they also reveal that Spider-Man is really Peter Parker, and I'm really interested to see
I
where
know.
that...
I was just like, what? That never happens.
It was like a nod to Iron Man, except for Iron Man got to decide.
So Iron
When
Man
Iron Man
decided
came out
for
to be
himself,
Iron Man.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not only, like, I think the really bad part about everybody knowing that he's Peter Parker is quit eating whatever that is you're eating.
Gosh.
Well,
She's got another
I'm going to have to
buzz.
hold the cat the whole time.
Yeah, because we can't put cords away here, so.
Yep.
It's
It
not
just
even
ain't gonna
cords,
happen.
though. It's fuzzballs. Like,
Chewing fuzzballs, I don't care about that.
You're going to sit here with me, and it's going to suck. I don't know if you're the one that can hear or not.
Let me feel his belly. That's the one that can hear.
Oh, of course.
Look
Look at that.
call you stubborn.
He can hear, he's just, defiant.
Yep. So anyway, what are we going to give this film on our rating scale?
Go ahead, Ashley.
Me first?
Yeah, you first.
I feel like this is a really important setup movie, so I had really... I just hear boxes
Yes.
falling.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the first MCU movie we'd had after Endgame, and it's so... I would have thought that it would be so hard to top anything that's happening in Endgame. And so I didn't have the highest of expectations going into this movie. Even though I love Spider-Man. But I loved it. I can't think of any reason to not give it a 10. The visuals were great. The story was great. I loved the plot twist. I loved the cameos. I liked the scrolls. I liked the mention of the Kree. I liked the love interests. The action scenes were great. CGI was great. I might have said that twice. It's that good.
Yeah.
Like, I can't wait to get this movie on Blu-ray and then get it on this TV. It's going to be great.
Oh yeah, we got to get around to Endgame first.
Yeah.
Which is going to be, I think, like the first week of August or something like that. It's like a month away.
So, yeah.
Endgame's coming out. So.
Yeah. I can't think of any reason not to give it a 10.
Okay. Well, I'm going to
Oh,
give it
that's
a 9. I'm definitely going to give the movie a 9. I was going to give it a perfect score, but...
I think you give it a perfect score.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
it
curious.
was a good movie. I really enjoyed sitting and watching it in the movie theater, but this isn't... I've reserved 10s and 11s for those movies that I could sit down and watch over and over and over and over again.
I could rewatch this one over and over.
I could watch this one a second time, but it's not one... Like, as far as like entertainment value is concerned, I actually like the first Spider-Man more. But I don't know. Like the Spider-Man Homecoming impressed me story-wise a lot more than this one did. This one was a lot more big budget, blockbuster movie, had all kinds of neat effects and, you know, a lot more like plot development and stuff, and I like it. Great movie, don't get me wrong, because a 9 is still very respectable.
Right.
But I'm not going to say it's perfection. It was just, you know, the bar has been set so high by the MCU already. It's going to be hard to live up to the 10s and 11s of Endgame, Infinity War, or heck, even some of the...
Yeah, but we're not ranking them, right? We're watching each one individually and giving individual ratings, not
Yeah.
comparing.
Yeah, but it's hard not to compare when they're all the same series. I mean...
It's a 9. 9's good.
Yeah.
9's good.
I liked this movie better than Homecoming, personally.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and tell you, this is one of those movies that after I watch it once or twice more, my thoughts on it may change for the better. I think this is going to be one of those movies that ages very well.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I agree with that.
It's one of those you'll revisit 5 years from now and
they'll still be
appreciate it
great.
a lot more, I think. Especially once everything starts rolling along.
Yeah, this is just the intro of whatever next phase they're doing.
This is actually the last chapter of this phase.
Oh.
I mean, they are looking ahead, but we still don't know anything. It's probably going to be here in a couple of weeks, whenever Comic-Con comes out. We'll know kind of where they're headed. I was really hoping for a mutant, like, mention.
Yeah.
Of course.
But
Same.
I think Marvel, for real, they've been talking like,
Someone in the chat just said, no spoilers.
no spoilers.
Well, I
It's a
guess you
little
better
too
turn
late for
around
that.
now, buddy.
This is a spoiler review.
I mean,
This
it
is
only
a full
says that at
spoiler
the
review.
bottom, man. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
You know?
Like there's a like a
Stop spoiling the movie for people who haven't seen it. Y'all, this is
Okay,
a review of
This
the
is
movie.
a review, and it
Filled with
says spoilers
spoilers.
on it.
So,
you do not have to watch this video.
Yeah.
spoilers.
Turn around.
Like the name of the video is Spoiler Filled Review. There is a big headline down at the bottom that says "Beware of spoilers for the film."
Oh, he works for the production team, so.
Like y'all don't trust me. Don't gripe at us for spoiling the film. Go to IGN or GameSpot or Comic Book Resources or any of those big companies that are doing the same thing we are and bitch at them. Don't bitch at me because I don't care. I'm going to keep spoiling it. At least I give you a warning. We don't just post a headline that says so and so dies in this movie, and that happens. We don't do that. We have some, we care. We don't want to spoil it for everybody, but if you click on a video that says spoilers within, don't get pissed off. But anyway,
That's first.
Amber, your rating.
That's a first. God, write this down because I'm about to agree with Lonnie. I give it a 9. And really and honestly, until the plot twist, I was going to give it lower than that. Just because to me, it was slow. And it was just like, when are we going to get to like some real action here? Like
Death and destruction.
Yeah, I was almost bored with it, honestly.
Here's your death
But-
and destruction right here.
Once the plot twist happened, it was great. It just got better after that.
I agree.
So, that's why I say a 9 as well. And
This is a very rare occurrence where I rate a movie higher than y'all do.
That is very true.
anything higher than we do, let's
Yeah.
be real here. But it was still a good movie.
I loved it.
And I would watch it again. I do think Homecoming was better. But, a lot of character development and stuff with Spider-Man. I like stuff like that.
Look at this. Like, we're doing a spoiler review right now. Like, just for shits and giggles, I got on here on CBR, comicbookresources.com.
Jeez.
And this is just their front page. Spider-Man Far From Home cements Tony Stark's true MCU legacy. With spoilers.
Can't smell them.
Spider-Man, every costume he wears in Far From Home. with spoilers. And also, Far From Home hides a PS4 Spider-Man Easter egg. And did Spider-Man Far From Home secretly introduce ... Which I'm pretty sure that's a spoiler too. So, spoiler order, be damned.
Ow, 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 ow.
I know.
Oh my goodness, come on.
Like there's
Climb on up.
there's spoiler orders, no spoiler orders all over, and
UNN does not have a spoiler order. I just want to say.
yeah, nobody contacted me
So-
directly. I didn't even know about it. Until,
That's not a thing here.
I mean, how long we been doing spoiler reviews?
yeah, we do spoiler
Haven't
reviews.
we done a review
At least
for
2 years.
every
I'm gonna-
MCU movie?
look.
Like,
The movie came out technically midnight Monday night. If I wouldn't have been working last night, we would have done the review last night.
Yep.
So you've actually got an extra day. But anyway, I'm not going to sit here and bitch about spoilers the whole
yeah,
time.
let's just.
We're
be
done.
With this. I'm done with this. Thanks.
Yeah. But anyway, everybody have a good rest of the night. Thank you for watching. Our next spoiler-filled review, we don't know yet because they haven't announced the next movie. Pretty sure it might be either Black Widow or Guardians of the Galaxy 3, but nobody knows for sure. They have not officially announced the slate of films for the next phase. And no, it doesn't look like anybody's.
Hey.
It doesn't look like anybody's
Good job,
really
Joseph.
wanting to do anything with that. So, but anyway, everybody have a good rest of the night. I'm Lonnie.
I'm Amberlicious.
And I'm Ashley.
We are Untitled Nerd Network. We will see y'all later on. I'm sure. I think the next time we'll probably all three be together is going to be probably the middle of this month for Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. So we'll see y'all then.